Welcome to the Professionals Billing System. In this video, we are going to take a very quick look at setting up your new Professional Billing Systems program. This is the initial screen you get, which says that you're using the trial version. What we're going to do here is just click Continue. This brings us to the main menu when there are 8 different options. We're going to be focusing in on transactions, patient information, and provider information for this tutorial. The first thing we need to do is enter a new patient. So we will click on New on that, and notice it says press New to create a new patient because you have no one in your database. So we press OK, and we must go up here and press New. And that brings us this pop-up box. We're going to put in a patient by the name of John Smith. So Smith, John, since there are many John Smiths, we'll give him a middle initial A. Tab over to the OK button, and it fills in the initial fields. Key for a patient will be putting in a provider and provider code, which we don't have yet, so we'll need to come back and do that. So for the moment, let's just say we've entered a new patient and we're going to press Done. Now, as we notice, we don't have a provider code. Let's put in some provider information, which is the second thing we need to do. So let's call our provider code ABC, and we'll tab over. You can fill in the Social Security. The provider name will be Adam. Let's go back. Whoops, just should be Adam something. We'll call him Adam Jones, and then we can fill in the rest of the provider's information, such as the office address, the MPI billing number, and so forth. We do want to password our provider, so we're going to put a password of simply 123 will be our password, and that allows us to change the provider information at a later date. So we're going to say I should have clicked New, and now we'll say Done. Now let's go back and take a look at that patient we put in, and we can search by our patient name. We should have, there he is, John Smith. So we bring him back up, and now we're going to go back in and fill in a provider code, and there is our provider with provider code, so we just have to click on Adam, and we can put in here the patient's usual fee and the usual procedure code. And what I've done here is I have some common codes in here, and you're free to adjust any of the codes you want. So we can pick individual psychotherapy, and it fills in the information. You can fill in referral source, referrers, MPI, and so forth. Same thing with diagnostic codes. So let's fill in a code. Again, I've filled in some basic codes here. You can put in whatever code you want, and we've chosen generalized anxiety disorder. So that is the end of that information, and we can just say Done, and that will save our information. Now, the next thing you might want to do is enter a transaction for this patient, and again, we'll have drop-down menus. We only have one patient, so we can put in John Smith, and you notice that certain information is automatically filled in, such as charge, procedure code, and individual therapy. All we need to do is put in the date, and if today is not that date, we can choose a different date, and that becomes the date. And we can then press page down, and we can put in a second a charge for this patient. Let's say that he was seen on this date, and again we can just use our drop down menu to plug in the patient. Once we're done with this, we say Done, and pretty much we can be up and running. So that's the initial entering a patient, entering provider information. We can take a quick look at billing and reports before we stop this tutorial, and all we're going to do now is take a look at the client record card, and we see we only have one patient, which is John Smith. We can choose the beginning date, the ending date. We press OK, and we have 2 methods of looking at this. We can go right to the printer, or we can preview this online on the screen, and this is actually a PDF file, and you may notice that if you wanted to save this to a PDF, you can save an Acrobat form, or you can actually send a report via email if we wanted to do this. So if we say click Save, actually we can save in many different forms, and this will, you can indicate where you want it saved, and here it will be client record card, or what I would like to do is just say that this is Smith John A's file, and we click OK, and that will be saved now as an independent PDF file. If we wanted to print it, we could also click on the printer, choose our printer, and print directly to the printer. Sorry about that. That is my PDF reader coming up here, showing that. Back here, we can come back to the printer, choose any printer we want. And we're not going to print that, so I'm just going to cancel. We can exit the preview here, and we can quit. And pretty much that takes care of this introductory demo. I hope that it's helpful, and if you want to contact PBS, please contact us on our website, www.probillsystems.com. Thank you very much for listening to this tutorial. There will be other tutorials with